What is going on at Glass Cannon Nation? It's your old buddy Troy with your old buddy Skid, your old pal Matthew, your old friend Joe, and your fourth form chum Grant. Coming to you live from our respective homes or places we've escaped to during this quarantine and strange time. And it is a strange time, and it's a weird time to be doing much of anything, especially streaming a game where we're just playing pretend and make believe. It seems really insignificant in light of everything that's happening in the world right now. And, you know, we discussed for a long time before we went live, even up until like an hour ago, should we really do this? And, you know, if you saw our post on social media the other day, and, you know, I put up a video on Instagram yesterday, I tried to explain that I think it's important for us to do things like this because one of our main goals is to provide joy. And I think if there are people out there that need joy, hopefully there will be sources with which to eat that joy. That's what you do with joy, right? You eat it. And so we're gonna serve up some joy tonight. Serve joy.
Probably more accurate.
I like eat
experience joy. Joy. I think a lot of people say experience joy.
Can you drink joy?
I drink joy.
The dish certainly. You can eat an almond joy.
Yeah, you can eat an almond joy. Say, you can't eat joy. And I love coconut and chocolate.
That was so Seinfeldy.
I love coconut and chocolate. I don't worry about it. So we, you know, we're going to I don't want to say push forward with this because this isn't about a distraction. This isn't a time to be distracted. This is a time to take action, to listen, as I said yesterday on Instagram, to voices that need to be heard, Black voices. We're having a board meeting tomorrow to look at what we can do as a company to, I don't know, what would you say, Matthew, to shine a light on, you know, gamers, on things in our industry, people in our industry that normally don't have a light shown on them. You know, obviously we made donations and we're going to make more donations. We just want to know what it is we can do to help. And we think, you know, if you'd asked us 5 years ago, we didn't have a platform other than, you know, our cousins and aunts and uncles looking at us on Facebook. But now we have a platform. And when you have a platform, you have a responsibility. And so we take that very seriously. And as a company, this is something we're going to do to make sure that we are working hard to help. So in light of that, we are going to have some fun tonight, and we're going to play some make-believe, and we're going to have a really, really dark role-playing session, which is odd. Maybe there'll be some laughs, but it could actually get pretty dark tonight. But that's just how this game goes sometimes. But no matter what, and even if not all the characters are still with us at the end of the session, I just hope that we have some fun, and that we all eat some joy, as they say.
As is widely and often said.
Across the world. Hashtag eat some joy.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
I'm just drinking water tonight. Not going to have any cocktails. I want to have my head straight. Not to, you know, if Matthew wants to start doing keg stands, feel free. I'm just saying I got a lot on my plate here.
That's what the after party is for.
I'm of sound mind and sound joy eater. So I'd like to check in with everybody. Let's start with old Purple Rain himself, Grant Berger. Grant, how are you doing today, good buddy?
Good. I turned on the purple to have some Minneapolis, Minnesota joy with me. I'm trying to think about some of the nice things. So in my thoughts and prayers, doing well.
I see you got the memo about wearing royal blue tonight. Thank you, Grant.
No one else did. Well, you got to have the Mavericks. The NBA playoffs are back, or will be back pretty soon. So I'm excited for that too. Is something for people too when they aren't doing, you know, things that are of import to be able to relax a bit. And I love the NBA. Speaking of the things you talked about off the top of the bat, They are, out of the professional sports leagues in the United States, the best progressively on a lot of these issues and allow their players to speak out on it. So, yay NBA, go Mavericks. But otherwise, yeah, it's just Angel still has the, she's just forcing me on the Peloton all the time. That's my whole life. I cooked for her tonight, and then she said, get back on the bike. So,
put down the spatula and get on the bike, burger.
Yep, that's my life.
Well, you look good. You got that nice thin face. I used to have that.
He's like, I'm starving. I haven't eaten in weeks. I'm so hungry.
I want a brownie.
You know what? A half a stick of celery a day is enough for me. It's just I don't even. 45. I'm trying to get Angel to find me sugar-free peanut butter, and then maybe I can really indulge.
What's the point?
I don't know if it exists. The peanut butter that grossed me out was, I don't know if they still sell it, but when it showed up in grocery stores as a child, the one that was like striped jelly and peanut butter in the same brand. And that was about the same time green ketchup came out. It was just... Although green ketchup makes sense because they're green tomatoes. Anyway, I digress.
It's right around the time of Crystal Pepsi. There's a lot of weird stuff going on.
Yeah, good times.
So I'm out here in Oklahoma, and my in-laws, my mother-in-law's sister was over. We're talking, and it's a claim to fame. She has a Zima in her fridge.
Oh,
get out!
In the back of their fridge for like 25 years. Like they've moved. And they moved it like from one house to another house. And it's just like a running joke at this point, like the Zima in the back of the fridge.
When I was in Bolivia, I got to like at the end of the trip, right before we left, we had a couple cocktails with everyone who went, and I saw Zima as far as the eye could see in there, and I was about to grab one, but then everyone I was with saw like a 2-liter bottle of Cuba Libre, which was just whiskey and Coke mixed together in the bottle, and it was like $2. And we're just like, yep, that'll count for everyone. So I did not get to try the beautiful Bolivian Zima.
They used to. I loved Zima in college. They actually called me Zima. That was my nickname.
Zima.
Zima. They called me for like 2 or 3 weeks. They called me Zima. They eventually started calling me Skid, but initially they called me Zima. It's true.
Who is the they? Upperclassmen or?
No, it was all the idiots that I hung out with in the suite next door to my suite. Ken is one of them. He might be here tonight in the chat. He's one of the. Yeah, you know Ken. Hey, Ken. He's like he was actually the first guy I met at college, but it was the suite that he lived in. And so I hung out in there a lot and smoked a ton of weed, and I drank a lot of Zima, and they made fun of me.
Did anyone have a more embarrassing nickname off of first impressions than Zima? Because Zima's pretty tame. You could have been called a lot worse things, 4 Eyes, etc.
Well,
Pants.
The only one that comes to mind is my friend Paul was called Bart.
Mm-hmm.
Because this girl, Lisa Fishbein, when he said his name, he's like, "What's your name?" He said Paul, and she thought he said Bart, so we just called him Bart forever.
Ha! Take that, Paul.
Eat shit, Paul. Joe, you were in Arkansas earlier this week, right? Or last week?
I was, yeah. I went out to Arkansas, at a little river house, did a little fishing. And
catch any biggins?
No, but it was beautiful. It was nice to get the kids out there and just play and it was nice. It was nice and relaxing. We had planned it a month or two ago, and so I had set aside some time on our calendars. So I was like, I can't record for these 3 days running out to Arkansas because there's like no internet there basically, and you're really remote, middle of nowhere. We were in a place, I said this elsewhere, but we were in a place where we looked up the statistics on COVID there, and the county that we were in had 1 confirmed case and 0 deaths since the start of the COVID pandemic. We're like, I think we're okay to stop at the gas station here.
2 weeks from now, those numbers are going to shoot up.
Yeah, because it is in the Ozarks, so it's just a matter of time until it all trickles out.
I was blaming you.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I am.
The New Yorkers came in with their COVID.
Nah, I mean, I've been here a month now. I'm clean. I'm clean. I'm good.
That's how it works. You go to Oklahoma and you flush out the COVID from your system.
It's like a turn of the century when people would send you to Arizona if you had tuberculosis.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what the CDC recommends now too. Yeah. Just go to Oklahoma. Matthew, you doing all right? You're graduating now, right? You're done with school. You're a real adult now.
Done with school. I mean,
did you get a car for graduation?
Yeah, I got a car for graduation.
Your dad just handed you some keys.
Here you go, buddy.
Pickup truck.
And
now you have to pay $1,000 a month for parking by Juilliard. It's awful. It's a curse.
If my father ever thought about giving me a car as a gift, and let me not if someone died and left a car behind, my dad wouldn't give me that car. Like he would. He just the man loves buying and selling cars. It drives me nuts.
He'd strip it for parts.
If he did ever give me a gift, the car would show up and then I would get a bill.
Has your dad ever given you for Christmas a gift certificate for a free chicken? You told me about him giving those out sometimes on business trips.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
He did actually give me.
He gave you one for Christmas?
No, he put them in our stockings. They were stocking stuffers.
It was
a free live chicken,
right? It was
it was Purdue.
Purdue.
And he got these coupons. There was like $10. It was $10 off a chicken product.
My mother's face if I put a coupon for $10 off something at a grocery store in her Christmas stocking or box, she would disown me. I would be an adult orphan, and then I'd get punched in the face.
I will say. He used to get a bunch of those, and people love those coupons. They love them because you can get a whole package of chicken for free,
fresh young chicken.
I don't know.
That's actually what they call it. The smaller chicken.
I don't eat meat at this moment, so there's I haven't gone through the chicken aisle in a while.
At this moment, sounds like someone's having doubts.
No, it's just that. There are times in the past when I have eaten meat, and when those coupons were clutch.
Human meat?
I don't eat human meat either, Matthew. I'll have you know.
I don't make a big deal out of it.
I'll have to constantly remind everyone that I don't eat human meat at this moment.
I don't perform my non-cannibalism for everybody. But
Skid, how you doing? You have a very exciting background here, and in like a sepia tone. What's going on? You're really getting into this.
Welcome to Bag End.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's the map.
Is that the Ralph Bakshi cartoon, or is
no? I have that. This is just this is a replica, I think.
You said that people were doing work behind last week, and I guess they finished, right? You have that. That is now.
Yeah, this is what was happening. That's why it's being up.
This is your done. This is the office now. That's great.
They finished. Yeah, they finished ahead of schedule.
Grant, just go downstairs. It's now a hobbit hole.
Right.
Yeah. The thing is I hit my head when I walk in like Gandalf. It's like it's really not a good scene until I sit down, and then we have some bread and buttered bread together.
That's right. Tea.
Oh, God, I love that image of you going to Mr. Yao and being like, so Skid turned the basement into a replica of Bag End from Lord of the Rings. Do you know what that is, Mr. Yao?
Do you know what a smeal is, Mr. Yao?
I'm still waiting for like one of the things I'm very nerdy about for my father-in-law to be a secret fan of. Like if he was like super into the like first person shooter Russian survivalist game I'm playing right now, Escape from Tarkov, he just happened to like buy a PC secretly, and he's like, I fragged you the other night, Grant. We got to talk about it. Like, I'd love for that to happen.
I can't picture that.
Or
somehow.
just him to like really get it. It'd be great.
That was me, Burger Eater 69.
Burger Eaters.
I took video footage of Mr. Yao showing Troy how we could kick his ass at the party that we had at the studio. Yep. I still have footage of that. I got to do
stretch goal. It's a stretch
goal. Oh yeah,
like he was doing the twist punch to my stomach.
Yeah.
He's big with this knuckle out. Like he's big in tapping like that. I don't know. I haven't. There's a
one
couple.
Shot.
Yeah.
Incapacitate.
He was very gentle with me, and then we performed a kata together.
Yeah. I always say it's a lucky thing that Mr. Yao is a kind, gentle man.
Mm-hmm.
We're all very lucky.
Yep.
Because he would have broken Grant's arm twice over.
I think Grant is the luckiest.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
By far.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I guess we should stumble into this to this story here, and stumble we will. We ended on a real beautiful high note at the end of last session. Let me just see here.
One of the worst
I don't know
cliffhangers ever.
I don't know if I read this exactly or if I paraphrase. Among the feces and debris all over the place, you actually see the bones of what you can only assume are deformed babies.
You didn't say that, and you certainly didn't say it like that. You were a little more reverent about how awful it was.
Welcome to Side Quest, Side Sesh.
Side quest.
Yeah, that's how we ended last sesh, and there was really no way around it. About maybe 20 minutes left in the session, I was like, I got it. I got the ending, and I knew this is what I was going to do, and then we got to it, and I was like, oh, that was a horrible ending.
You decided to Cormac McCarthy it.
Yeah.
Well said. Well put.
But obviously, you explored the farmhouse. You went out there, and then you got attacked by the sturges that were hiding in the flayleaf farm or whatever you want, flayleaf patch. And then you saw this dilapidated barn and these deformed mutant-like creatures came out and attacked you, and luckily you were able to handle them because they were pretty nasty. And then you go inside and you see quite a scene. I don't remember how much I actually said at the end of the last episode, so I'm going to give you a little more flavor text to kind of set the scene of what's inside this barn. I said there's holes perforating the entire roof, while streaks of bird droppings and smears of dark red stains decorate the portions that remain intact.
Ugh.
The dilapidated remains of a sagging hayloft drip with accumulated rainwater. Hasn't rained since you've been there. While at the barn's back wall stands a makeshift candlelit shrine crowned with an enormous set of moth-like wings on a moldy canvas. Bones everywhere, in addition to the ones that I just mentioned, other bones as well. All appear humanoid, at least. You also see like hands, feet, other body parts, all sort of misbegotten trophies and trinkets lying scattered throughout the barn. Was this these creatures? This is their home, their holding cell? They seemed like they were aware they wanted to come after you. You were an enemy to them. I think I said to you that normally they're neutral, but these were anything but. They had evil intentions with you. What are you doing here?
Is there a knowledge? Sorry, go ahead, Skin.
No, I like your idea. Say it.
I was going to do a knowledge check to see if there's any practice of baby sacrifice that I know of. You know, in Avestan.
I believe that's a Methodist practice.
The church elders have passed down this tradition for generations.
Roll a knowledge, religion, or history. I could go either way, whatever you feel more knowledgeable about.
I have neither of those, so...
So you just come up with you're the idea man.
Yeah.
Do I have to do everything?
My idea is for somebody else to remember.
What do we?
I think we should fight back. Go ahead, guys.
What are we thinking here? Knowledge what?
Religion or history?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Alfonso's got you.
Inspiration.
23 knowledge.
Inspiration.
Religion. Oh, yeah. Always forget inspiration. Oh, man. 28.
Ooh. No, you'd never heard of anything like that. There are obviously some darker deities out there that are involved in really intense rituals, but there's nothing that ringing a bell about ritualistic infant sacrifice. And this looks like anything but ritualistic. It's just bones. Discarded.
I wonder if they eat their young.
Or if something eats them.
I was doing a lot of fishing this week, and it totally freaks me out. It still freaks me out that like I'll use a lure of a brown trout moving through the water and to catch brown trout. I'm always like, guys, come on. Eat your own exact species.
Do you ever feel bad that you're permanently scarring them by sticking a hook through their mouth?
Nah, they're fine. They hit that cold water, it zips right up, they're fine.
When I was a kid, I mean, I can't even tell this story. It's so horrible. I didn't like taking the fish off the hook, so I would just put them on the ground and kind of use my foot to pull the hook out, and then
no,
slap them back into the water.
Oh no!
And most of them would keep going.
That's why you would rip their mouths. We use hemostats, like medical hemostats. You grab the hook and you slip it right out. There's no damage.
Have you ever done fly fishing?
Yeah.
No.
That's the real skill. That's where you don't feel bad because it takes skill, determination, and they're
barbless hooks. And so a lot of fish get off, but the ones that get in, you're like, yes. And you need a net and everything, and much easier on the fish.
One of my coworkers just went in Belize. I'll tell you about it later. It's apparently beautiful.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh god. Anyway, sorry.
But
I'm saying, I think it's possible. I mean, to me, it's either, and again, this is going to be dark, but to me, it's either failed experiments or eating your young.
Makes sense.
I just want to go on record. This is going to be dark tonight, but we're going to try and have fun.
It's going to get darker than this?
It's going to get darker than this. Like, this is a dark setting. This is, you know that there is some evil worship here, but...
Considering,
yeah, but I mean, it's now coming to me. Well, it started with the fight with the scarecrow thing. That like this truly is like a Halloween module. It's like a horror module.
Yeah.
And the more we get into it, the more I'm like, yeah, this is just like really, really scary stuff.
So what do we know? We know we know that they sacrifice the festival queen at some point in the night.
Luckily, you did that for them.
I like to think that we prevented that sacrifice from happening.
Right.
By beating them to it.
Right.
Right.
Well, at least you won't get eviscerated and stuffed with corn. If we have anything to say about it, and then
you look over Braven stuffing her with corn.
I was actually stuffing her with flay leaf.
I didn't get the memo.
Sorry.
So we know that they kill them, take their organs out, and stuff them with corn and bury them beneath this shack that we just burned down.
Yeah.
Also stuff them full of scourge carcasses
as well.
Carcasses, right. You know that there's some sort of worship of Glaundur, the demigod of parasites and disease here. So there's that, that's that parasitic part of it. It's like inside the host. Like these dead bodies are hosts in a way to their demonic rituals or whatever.
Can we do a heal check to see why their flesh is gone? Like if it was scraped off, if it was eaten.
Yeah. You might be able to tell if something was eaten or not.
Yeah.
The bones.
Yeah.
If they have teeth marks on them.
Yeah, if they're gnawed.
I'll roll one. 21.
Nice.
What are we rolling? Perception?
Heal on the bones. You got a 21. Okay. It seems like natural causes.
Yeah, so they just didn't make it.
So
sad.
The flesh went away from their bones naturally?
No. We're talking about what the bones are. Like, why is there no flesh on them?
Yes.
Yes,
they decompose to be that way?
Decomposed, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so whatever these children or babies or whatever, they didn't survive and then just decomposed, were left here to decompose.
Man, they just dumped them in here.
Like with these people?
Well, we also know there's an extra planar, there's kind of a weird planar overlay here too. So maybe there's something, maybe these creatures were the reanimated corpses of babies that then grew and they kept them locked in the shack or something like that. We know that like something can, like with the pig, like it can, something extraplanar can kind of arise from its corpse in that case.
This entire town has talked about how the Founders Festival was intended to ensure continued bountiful harvest to feed everyone here.
one can think that perhaps these bodies of these children and these poor wanderer bais could serve as some sort of fertilizer for their crops. And yes, perhaps some sort of necromancy too, but they might draw the line somewhere.
I'll tell you when, whatever you figure out, whatever you don't figure out, when it's all over, you'll know. And the story is so fucking well written. I mean, this is what really drew me to this module. I was like, man, it's just more than some adventure paths. The way that the story is weaved around, it's pretty intense.
Well, Grant, you bring up an interesting thing too, which is that the sacrifices are ostensibly for continued bountiful harvest and prosperity, but this town is still desolate poverty.
Sure. They remind me a lot of subsistence farmers, right? Subsistence farmers, excuse me. And they're just eking enough to get by, but without this, there was a blight here historically. Maybe it's keeping back the blight, but normally you think of getting rid and cleansing a blight vis-a-vis a holy or lawful good type of way, but maybe there's an evil way to appease and sacrifice to this god of plagues and parasites.
You got the plague, motherfucker!
That was really good.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah.
Did you just press the Sirenscape?
Straight out of the
Oh,
that must be fun.
My joy eater.
You can just sit back and say all your best catchphrases at night.
We'll be best friends forever. Forever.
Oh, man. It's like a jukebox.
Alfonso's going to look over, when all of this realizations that come and all these conversations come through, his thinking is just these infants. Perhaps they are the lucky ones. Could I imagine something more terrible than being locked in this place? Decomposing corpses of babies. The ones that grew older, they've horribly tortured, it seems. This is a terrible thing. I guarantee you this mayor is behind it. I intend to run him through.
Yes, I like that plan. Let's find the mayor and kill him, and then get out of here, because I don't like it here.
Agreed. I want to get back as soon as possible. Need to shed this place from me. It is horrible to be around.
Just last week, you were urging us all to find justice for these poor, forgotten creatures. And now you want to run? Oh, how the tables have turned.
I literally said, let's go get the mayor. Kill him.
All right, we can do that.
And then leave immediately after that.
First we'll murder the mayor. Then
Yes.
we'll leave.
There's your justice.
Then we'll leave this town leaderless and abandoned in the middle of nowhere.
Watch it fall apart from the inside out.
Yes.
Let the innocents destroy themselves as they try to fill the power vacuum left by their murdered mayor.
Like a rudderless ship headed for the edge of a waterfall, unable to turn away, dashed upon the rocks
I
of history.
will become mayor.
Yes.
And I will control the distribution of all food. I will decide who eats and who does not.
You'll be the
That is justice. That is true justice.
That is true justice.
Power. Power is the only true justice.
You'll be the Hay King of Fuck Mountain.
Do we want to? Is there anything we haven't examined in the shrine that might be useful information?
Roll a perception check.
All right, I will.
9.
16.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll try. 18.
18.
No, the shrine looks to be similar to all the other ones that you've seen. Very, somewhere between crude and mocking. But now you think that maybe that wasn't so much mocking as maybe this was an image of Glondur and not Desna. Or maybe it was mocking Desna, you're not quite sure. It's got that same feel as the other ones you saw at the church and the stones, and the scarecrow.
Karzur walks up to the altar and just starts smashing it with his fists.
Yeah, good idea.
No.
Good idea, Karzur. Let's burn this place to the ground as well.
Yes, burn it with the bones inside.
May they find eternal peace. Can we like encourage the fire from this building to the other? Fan the flames this way?
Sure.
I'm still in here, Crystal Ghost! No!
You made your choice.
You made your choice.
You chose
Shut the barn doors, bar them, and light it on fire.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you light that on fire, and you step outside just to the other side of that fated pond, and then you see to the north of the pond an opening into the corn. There seems to be an outhouse to your left.
Ask.
The door is just like swinging off its hinges in the breeze, and there's that low hum of the mosquitoes all around you. And then
We burn the outhouse as well.
I'll do a perception check first. Peek into it. 18 again. Just a peek. It explodes. Boom!
Did Michael Bay write this scenario?
we put the little fire on there too, just to stay
Nice.
keep the map tight. No, nothing in there. Nothing. Not even a mouse.
Should we proceed north on the chance that the mayor may be beyond?
Yes, perhaps he is beyond this horrible hedge.
This muddy cattle pond near you is just buzzing with the sound of gnats, mixing with the symphony of other bugs surrounding you in the corn, and the surface of the water writhes with a thick layer of wriggling mosquito larvae. The stench of rot emanates from what looks like a maggot-filled corpse of a dead ox calf that lies half submerged on the northern edge of the pool, tangled in the vegetation. Now that you're over there, you see half in the water, half out, a dead ox calf. And there's puddles of water all over, outside of the pool as well.
Karzer pulls out the calf. He grabs it by the head and tries to yank it out of the water.
Pulled it, and his maggots just writhing all over it, making it look like it's still breathing as they undulate on its carcass, eating away at its skin. It looks like it's been sliced from throat to udder. But yeah, you don't see any. Like, it's not stuffed with anything. It's pretty gross. It's the kind of thing you pull out, and once you see that, you're like,
But does it seem ritualistic, like it was given to feed these mosquitoes? Because they were wearing mosquito masks earlier. I'm wondering if that worship of the parasite is like part of their tithing, dark tithings.
Yeah, it's like standing water. This is like a petri dish for Zika virus. Like this is like where you would. This is how you get mosquitoes. Is a situation like this.
It looks purposeful.
Yeah.
The way it's just like a clean cut.
Yeah, it's like chum drawing them in.
Imagine the surface of that lake just like larvae of mosquitoes. It's like a living surface.
Pass.
Yeah.
We burn the pond as well.
It's just not taking.
Bring the
oil. Pond is not taking, surprisingly.
That's a pretty good crew name, the Pond Burners. I like it.
Oh, I like that.
Keep flint and steel. I want this thing catch. The sun starts to come up. No. Just out here where Braven and Karazor are, the ground is like really muddy, and you get the sense that there were people there, probably recently. Roll a survival check if anybody has it.
This is not my
17.
forte. Ooh. 14.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a handful of people or more. It's hard to tell because the ground is so muddy. It's difficult to tell how many people, but it seems like there were people in the water that came out or went in and came out, and that's why it's made the outside of the pond all muddy and downtrodden.
Oh.
But you see
baptizing
footsteps.
people in this pond.
Oh yeah, I wonder. Oh, that's so disgust.
Pathfinder is the greatest.
So many of these module writers, man. I'm like, what happened to you?
Dude, I'm taking Brandon Hodge out for a drink when this is all over. Dude.
Are you okay?
Good.
You should get him a gift certificate for therapy.
Or a discount on chicken.
Yeah, give them both. It'll be a great
both,
gift.
Yeah.
Matthew, send me those chicken coupons.
Hey, this is from all of us at the Glass Cannon Network.
$10 off a Tyson chicken?
No.
Purdue.
Purdue. Purdue.
Oh, well then. I still don't want it. I still have no interest in this.
That's a good gift, according to some people.
All right. Let's continue. Carizor, lead the way.
Yeah, Karazor steps through the gap in the hedge and sees what he can see on the other side.
As you do, you see that growing. Basically, when you first entered this area, you saw the corn going to heights of 12 feet or more, kind of all around you. Now that you've gotten further north and see an opening into it, you see that there's like pathways in the corn built. You can go to the left or the right. It looks like there's more openings up ahead, almost like a maze. The whole area has been left uncultivated for a long time. That's why the corn has grown so high, but there's been parts purposefully carved out, and it looks it was done a certain way, like it's curved in perfect lines. And now that you've entered this corn maze, you see that growing from the sides of the path are these thin webs, as well as like a pallid fungus, and it's all made to look even more eerie by the light of the moon seeping in overhead. And the wind that was moving the outhouse door is moving the webs ever so slightly, and it just looks like ghosts are cavorting just out of sight in the murky undergrowth up ahead. Every time you catch out of the corner of your eye, it looks like a ghost is just like fluttering away, and you hope it's just a web. And the constant humidity in Ravenmore that you felt ever since your first encounter with old applesauce, it's even worse here because now you're surrounded by this vegetation, and everything feels damp.
Karzar turns his head back to Alfonso behind him and says, "You know, Native American tribes called corn maize. Wonder if there's some connection." And he starts moving.
You happy with yourself? You happy with yourself?
And he starts moving down the right side, turns right, starts moving down to see if it can see around the corner there.
Alfonso sprints to the left as fast as he can.
Okay. The crystal ghost will follow Karazor.
Okay, thank you.
He just starts runs into the maze away from the party. Oh God, down 5 con, or I guess just 4 con now.
So you head to the right, and you see that it just keeps curving around, almost like a perfect arc, going to the east and starting to turn towards the north. Everybody roll a perception check.
Crop circle. That's what it is.
Yes.
14.
15.
That's huge for Karazor.
It is.
That's the best I've ever rolled for perception.
23 for Alfonso.
9.
23? 9. And what'd you get there, Krapnikaza?
It's 15.
15. Start turning to the right to see if there's any openings or any change, and you just see that slight curve, and that buzzing around you is getting louder now, and you're starting to feel claustrophobic. You look behind you, and you see that you go a couple more feet. Eventually, you're not going to see the entrance the way you came in. Really is a maze, and that buzzing gets louder and louder, and you don't know if it's just being amplified by natural instincts of fear as the adrenaline courses through you, because you just feel, all four of you, that you're getting ever closer to the secrets that you felt the second you walked into this town. You feel like you're so close to everything being uncovered. The buzzing gets louder and louder until eventually a swarm of mosquitoes comes out and comes flying at you. Roll for initiative.
Oh no, I don't want to fight mosquitoes. Oh man.
It's a mosquito swarm.
It's a mosquito swarm.
It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh, natural one. Natural one.
Not
Fonzo.
great.
That's bad, man.
Let's talk about Anish. Maybe some Anish bones. Let's see what we got. Raven.
23.
23. I felt like you were excited over there, and you had
Almost as high as your AC.
Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started. You know what? I saw some stuff out there, and I don't visit the Reddit. Okay, that's for people like Matthew, image-conscious people like him.
I can probably go get a drink.
Who can? But here's the deal. You know what? You know what? The person who wrote the post was lovely and pointed out that no, I'm serious. Pointed out.
So I don't know how I got represented.
Shut up, Matthew. Shut up, Matthew. Why don't you do us a favor and put up a screen like Skid, because you're useless to this. The point is, the person who wrote that post was very nice, actually, so I'm not upset. So thank you for writing that. The kinetic fist is all wrong. I shouldn't be adding 1d6. The max damage I can do is 23. However,
still a lot of damage.
It is. There was a lot of talk about how my AC is impossible because of a kinetic form infusion, which would be correct if I didn't take a feat of medium armor proficiency and I wasn't wearing agile breastplate. Ha!
Boom.
Your AC is legitimately 23.
When I have my Shroud of Water as a shield bonus, yes.
Now, you have a 20 con, correct?
Correct.
How many stats do you have that are 7? And I want you to be honest.
I have one that's 8. Not even 7, dog.
Wow.
10, so 16, 20, 10, 10, 8. No, it's 20. What? It's high fantasy, baby. Or not.
Does a hobgoblin have a +4 con? Or is it +2 strength, +2 con?
+2 con.
+2 con.
Maybe it's +2 strength too. But yeah, no, the AC is legit. But yes, I also enjoyed being called, and I quote, an egregious min-maxer. Egregious. Just really felt like stabbing me, and then when I say et tu brute, you just twist. You know, you're already murdering me, but okay. It's fine. Well, I got that off my chest. My AC remains. Now? Yes, I do.
Whoever that was, you just got awarded a grant.
Oh, congratulations!
I was working out and I was taking a break between sets, and I just texted Grant. I said, Braven. And I sent him the red fist. And then I came back to my phone a couple minutes later, and I had like 5 responses from Grant. I'm like, oh, I got them all fired up.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially considering like I got that during my day job work meeting, and I'm like, yeah, those reports really, yeah, we need to, the engagement has been, and then just, what the Braven?
Guys, I'm sorry, let's pick up this call later. I got to take this.
I actually have to take this. Yes.
Let's circle back this afternoon.
I know you think the work we do here is important, but actually,
I do that stuff to Joe all the time. I'll send him an email. Don't look at the Reddit today, Joe.
Yeah. He does it on purpose. Oh man, to get me all fired up.
Sometimes back when we used to record it all together in person, sometimes you would just say it right before we went on the air.
Yeah. We'd be like, can we get silence? And everybody's silent. Everybody's ready to go. And Troy's just like, Man, they killed you on the Reddit today. And it'll start the episode and I'm like reading, like, what happened? Is it mechanics I need for tonight? Like, what?
Some like 1970s acting teacher technique. Like, get you really angry before a show.
Yeah.
They really
Good, use that. Use that.
Jeepers, did I even get everybody's? No, I only got Braven's 23. Let's talk about Alfonso Moria.
7.
Big poop. Crystal Ghost.
19.
Crystal Geist. If you ever became undead, you could just be the Crystal Geist. That'd be fun. It would
You guys are
really.
on fire with
Or the crystal gas. The crystal gas.
That'd be fun. Got a lot of options. I'm going to make you undead. 19. What is your any bones?
My any bones is a +4.
Okay, and Karazor?
2.
2. Back to life.
Back to reality.
Braven, you will go first. You hear the sound. Obviously, I think Alfonso had the highest perception. You heard it first. But this thing just appears behind Karazor, kind of coming in from the north. I'll put it on the map. You're in the back of the group there, and Karazor is leading the charge. It's like it came out of the corn, and 1,500 diminutive mosquitoes.
The thing that I was just thinking about, we just recently...
Yeah. A diminutive swarm is typically composed of 1,500 individual creatures. So this is going to be a long combat. Probably a 2-week combat.
Individual creatures.
Just stab each one.
I rolled an attack for every single one of them too.
I'll attack with my longsword. I'm sorry. Which mosquito? Mosquito 496. Okay. Rolled a hit.
No, the one next to that one.
Wait, which one did Braven already hit?
The one that looks like it's taken more damage than the other ones.
Braven is going to confidently stride up to the swarm and read from the rule book on kinetic blasts. Kinetic blasts are magic for the purpose of damage reduction. Blasts always deal full damage to swarms of any size.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh. Blast.
Just hold all actions and let Braven take this thing out. That's amazing.
So here it goes. I'm not going to be adding that extra D6 for this kinetic fist. Going back to basics.
And it targets regular AC, right? Not touch AC?
My blasts do, because they're kinetic blasts. Yep.
Your blast target touch AC, not regular.
Regular AC, not touch AC.
Regular. Okay. Yeah. All right. So roll to hit. You don't have to worry about an AOO. It's a diminutive swarm. They don't have attacks of opportunity.
Come on, Grant. Credit. The combat.
16.
16 to hit. That's a hit.
Yes! Yeah! Oh, he's gonna one-shot it.
Oh baby! Oh baby! Oh baby! Oh baby!
Come on.
Oh, that's good. 2 5s for 19 points of damage.
Holy swarm tactics! That's a hell of an opening round there.
Opening gambit.
Because you're probably the only one that has a real good handle on how to deal with these things. So, Joe, you jokingly said, "Wait for Braven," but it's not a bad strategy. Unfortunately, that did not wipe the swarm out. So we keep moving, and it is the Crystal Ghost's turn.
Yeah, it is my turn. What do I got? I got a sword.
It's good. Stab it.
I mean, can I try? I'm just gonna take a swing at it, see what happens. I mean, it's probably not gonna do anything, but what else can I do?
You can delay.
Well, Raven already went. That is a 12 to hit.
12 is a miss. So you just
then the Crystal Ghost will... Oh, I would have had to step up to him. Sorry, I thought I was up in the lead. So I move up. And...
Wow.
You know what? I'll try to get around it to the other side. Do I have enough movement to do that? Yes, I do. Okay, so I will flank it Does a 14 hit, just out of curiosity?
No, but they can't be flanked as they are a swarm.
Yeah, they have no weak spot.
They're mosquitoes. They're entirely a weak spot. There's just 1,500 of them.
That's true.
You flanked like 4 or 5 of them, technically, but you don't know if those are the ones you're going to be hitting. It is the swarm's turn, and the swarm is going to move onto one of your spaces, because that's what swarms do. They just move onto your space. Now, normally you would get an attack of opportunity. The swarm goes to do something like that. But Braven, do you have a weapon out right now?
I have a weapon that's probably totally ineffectual. In one of my hands, Braven holds his only weapon, which is a fang file, which is basically a shiv that hobgoblins use to sharpen their teeth and clean out stuff after they're done eating.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's a -6 to hit, so I'm thrilled to use it if need be.
It doesn't matter because they are immune to weapon damage, so it's just going to go onto your square and do damage, and then it's going to make you roll probably a couple of saves. It just moves onto your space. Let's start with the damage. 10.
Actually, wait, I have a point of order here. Troy, you're incorrect. Because these are flying, there are actually 5,000 of them.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, you're right. Yes, it is a flying swarm. Can we all just agree it's a lot?
Yeah.
A lot of mosquitoes.
All right, so Braven, it moves onto your square. You're just surrounded by 5,000 mosquitoes. You take 10 points of damage. You will take 1d6 bleed on your turn.
Ooh, that's a lot of bleed.
And I need you to roll a couple of saves. Let's start with the first one, which I believe is going to be a fortitude save.
All right.
Oh,
I don't want to do
man.
it, just for the record.
Let the record show, Chris.
19 on the die for a 27.
All right. Not bad. Not bad. Give me another fortitude save.
What? Can't I just let that one roll over for old time's sakes?
Let's just roll it.
5 years, Troy.
There are
5 years.
Actually, 3 different special attacks. One is the bleed. The
Okay.
first is the thing that you
Was it
pass.
another fortitude, though, correct?
Another one.
Shit, right out of the box. Okay, 20.
You're all right. You're all right, Burger. However, you are covered in 5,000 mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And it's on your square, making it difficult for your friends to hurt it. It's
Braven, you're
Alfonso's.
showing remarkable composure. If 5,000 mosquitoes descended on me at once and all started biting me, I probably would lose my mind.
Braven's at peace because he's finally found a situation designed for his particular skill set, and it's like he's found like the lock that his key has fit all these years.
yeah.
Alfonso, what are you thinking, buddy? Go up and hug?
Alfonso is going to he just like looks with fear as Braven's like wounds start to bleed. He's like, no, I can't. No, I cannot. This is a very cool mechanic. So that blood boiling pill that I took that gives me 8 hours of +2 to initiative.
Yeah.
Any effect that would give me bleed is multiplied by 1.5 times. So, like, it's like taking a blood thinner or something. So, like, you bleed way worse.
No.
I picture like a pipe in a cartoon that like it's ruptured and just like all the steam pipe dropping out of it. Yeah.
So, being down con to those things and, he's just freaked out by them. I mean, the one got on his square and I was just re-listening to the episode and like it got on his square and he freaked out and threw his sword into Karazor's back. Remember? He was just like, hey, it's just a mess. So he sees this swarm of mosquitoes, freaks out. He's going to back up here 30 feet and then he's going to ready an action. If they get within 10 feet, he's going to run another 30 feet away.
Ready in action.
I like it.
I'm going to ready cowardice.
Ready cowardice.
Ready cowardice.
I mean, I have Alchemist Fire, but like, why use a consumable when Braven's going to kill it next round? Also, I can't throw it on his square, so I'm kind of like,
I mean, you could.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Or do you really stand for justice, Crystal Ghost? I don't think so.
that was Matthew. That wasn't the Crystal Ghost.
Okay. Sorry. You have 3 different personas I have to deal with on the show, and it's exhausting, Matthew.
One of them is Matthew?
Yes.
Yeah. They're all equal.
Let me just say, a show Matthew's a little different than non-show Matthew. There's a little bit of the Hollywood glitz and glamour.
That's right. All those Hollywood meetings are rubbing off on him.
Yeah, totally. When people look at me, they're like, definitely, glitz is the adjective I would
right.
choose.
Yep. He's got New Jersey glitz, is what they call it.
New Jersey Glitz. I think that's their roller derby team. That's the New Jersey Glitz.
They put up a New Jersey Glitz.
Yeah, they play over at Barclays against our team. Anyway.
Up against the Bergen County Red Carpets.
It's Karazor's turn. Karazor, you're kind of in the same position as your colleagues here, unless you know something we don't.
It's funny. I actually do, because I don't know if you guys saw, but we happened to get an email about this very subject this week, a few days ago. I don't know if did you guys see it?
Which one?
There was a guy.
We get a lot of emails.
We got an email from a zoologist who used to work at the Denver Zoo, actually, 5 blocks away from the house I grew up. And he sent an email with a bunch of information about mosquitoes, because at one point we were talking about it. And one of the things that he suggested is wearing striped clothing, because that's why zebras don't get attacked by mosquitoes as much as other animals, they think, because it's harder for mosquitoes to get affixed on the pattern. So Karazor is going to grab some corn off from this head, just grind it into a paste quickly, and start painting stripes on his body.
So now we're playing Paranoia. I love it.
I will allow that nonsense with Karazor. No one else. You feel as if they won't attack you, Karazor.
Yeah, right. I did it.
Good luck, Braven.
All right, goes to top of new round. It's Braven's turn. Why don't I start off with the bleed damage?
Sure.
Come on, 6. 6!
Oh.
Yes.
Big money.
It's not autofocus. That's a 6.
It's not working.
Just hold it next to your face, Troy.
Just back it up. There we go.
I see it.
There we go.
So you take 6 points of bleed damage. This thing is on your jock.
It's I think we may have talked about this scene before, but it's like the scene in Thank You for Smoking, where the smoking advocate is covered in 2,000 nicotine patches at once, and it starts killing him. Being sucked dry by that many mosquitoes at once must be incredibly enfeebling. And you can feel his blood leave you at once, and Braven just catches himself as he feels lightheaded with the blood leaving it, and he stumbles away from the swarm next to the crystal ghost and lets loose another blast, and hopefully he can hit.
Blast it!
Hopefully he can hit. Thank goodness you made those saves. That would have changed your turn dramatically.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
You got any buzzing sounds on Sirenscape? I don't know if you do.
It's behind the music. I have insects, but
I hear crickets. It sounds like we're on the prairie.
Yeah, the flies is it's so hard. It comes in hot and then goes away, and it comes in hot and goes away.
It's just Jeff Goldblum stammering.
I'll try it.
That scene with the arm wrestling scarred me as a child.
All right, what do you got, Braven?
Here comes 15 to hit. One worse than last round.
That is a hit.
Yes!
All right. Oh, there we go.
There she is. Perfect. Leave that on the whole rest of the show.
No.
And into the lawn.
I don't like it. That's why I don't use it.
One less to hit, and one less damage. So 18 damage this time instead of 19.
18 damage.
You can play the Hadouken noise as Braven lets loose that kinetic blast.
All right, you see them start dropping like mosquitoes. But they're still... And it is the Crystal Ghost's turn.
The Crystal Ghost will delay.
Crystal Ghost delays, realizing that her attack was ineffective. And now it is Mosquito's turn.
No.
Mosquitoes are right next to Karazor.
He's all striped out.
I'm striped.
He's striped out, so it goes past him. It turns to Karazor. It's like, wait a minute. Is that a fucking zebra?
We hate zebras. No, we hate that, right, guys?
Not
3,000
interested.
are left.
Wait
Phil
one
goes on to the
minute.
Crystal Ghost. Crystal Ghost, you take 9 points of damage.
Oh,
I should have readied an action like Joe.
yeah.
How
run
gross
away.
is it that you take bleed damage on your turn because of all the punctures of 5,000? One mosquito bite is awful. Imagine 5,000.
The Crystal Ghost is in bad shape.
Oh no.
Dude, and with
let's see
bleed
if-
damage, you could die.
Let's see if it gets worse. I'm going to need you to roll your first of 2 fortitude saves.
18,
All right, that's good. Good. I don't have to look up that condition. And now roll your
natural
second one.
20.
Oh,
You are red hot with your saves.
look at him, but he's not optimistic.
No.
12 hit points. It's not a cause for.
Oh, you're fine. I thought you
Well,
had
here's the thing.
2 hit
That was
points.
your action. If you'd like to go now, you can take that bleed damage immediately. Your thoughts?
I'll pass.
Fair enough.
If I just keep delaying, do I never have to take the bleed damage?
You have to go before the round
That
turns
is not
over.
true.
Right?
Yeah,
The
that's-
tree falls in a cornfield and no one's around to mosquito it. It's Alfonso's turn. What would you like to do, good friend? You see the Crystal Ghost kind of like,
Yeah, Alfonso will move up
Covered
next to
in a
Karazor, and he'll ready an action to run away 30 feet if it comes within 10 feet of him.
sticking with the running away tactic.
Yeah.
Karazor, you saw them look at you. All those beady little eyes turned on you. But it worked for you and only you. What would you like to do, if anything? He's taking his headphones off because of the buzzing.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrible, Joe. Please
That's why I didn't do it.
Well, why do you persist?
Skid, are you holding your action?
Maestro called for it.
I am going to hold my action.
Holding your action. Top of a new round. Here's the thing. Huge turn for Braven. Obviously, Braven, you're the only one that seems to have a solution to this. However, it's on the Crystal Ghost. And
I didn't get to go, so can I take my turn before the round ends?
Sure, let me just roll that bleed.
DiMaggio!
See, now if you had gone before, you wouldn't have taken the bleed damage until. Here we go. 4 points of bleed damage.
No, don't go that way. Come back toward
Owie.
us.
Why? I want to get.
We can
Braden-
help you if you bleed out. We can do a heal
Oh,
check
yeah.
on you.
That's fair. Okay, I'll run to Karazor and Alfonso.
Run to Karazor and Alfonso. What are you sitting on?
Don't get behind me. I need a clear path to run away.
Let the listeners know. What are we sitting at for H? Pizzle.
8,
8 out of a total of
30.
With 1d6 bleed.
1d6 bleed damage.
If I had taken your blood boil pill, I could go unconscious next round.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that Braven's attack here is the most important part of the Crystal Ghost's life, because it probably isn't, but it's still very important. So, Braven, take your turn.
You know what?
Finish it.
We talked about me often min-maxing and, and misinterpreting or willfully bending the rules. Give me that bleed damage, Troy.
Oh, thank you, Grant. See, that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
That's what I want in a model player, reminding me to give you that bleed.
Just staring out at all the people who wrote it was impossible to have a 23 AC.
5
5
points.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh man! To go with the 6 before, that was 11.
Grant, you're acting very defensively. Are you even cheating in some way they haven't caught yet?
Wow.
Hey, listen, why don't you call me back after you're done with your 2 o'clock 3 martini lunches in Hollywood, Matthew?
By you slurring his words. Robusto and Franks.
I told you that in confidence.
She was a waitress. She wasn't an actress. Here it comes.
I've got dinner meeting with Gordon Jump. Get off my case.
Oh, that's a hit. That's 17.
That is a hit.
Here it comes. Okay, this is the worst damage for the night. This is 16 damage.
That's enough to kill this.
Yeah, dude. Oh, 3 rounds, 3 possible attacks, 3 hits. We can always count on the Grantland.
We will stay in initiative order here, though, as 2 characters are bleeding. So moving right along, it would have been the mosquito swarm's turn, but now it is Alfonso's turn. Alfonso, you see... Well, do you have any light source, Alfonso?
The moon.
The moon. Okay, so no. However,
the
burning buildings,
blazing inferno behind us.
That's through the corn, man. You can't see on the other side of that. It's just lighting up the night sky.
Was it a
behind.
3-foot tall barn?
Yeah.
Barns are typically like 30 feet tall to keep all the hay inside of them. Maybe they're out of their hay recently, but it's still a
12-foot tall corn. Either way, they are yelling, "I'm bleeding! I'm bleeding very badly!" This is tricky because both the Crystal Ghost and Braven are bleeding, and that needs to be staunched.
Right.
What do you want to do?
Well, the
Field
far more
check,
important character is
spell.
Braven, so he'll run to Braven.
Hey.
He'll turn to the Crystal Ghost and, this is not my forte. And he will rip up a part of his puffy shirt off and try to staunch the bleeding.
All right, so it's going to be
looking over my sheet. I don't see a Cure Light Wounds Hoshione.
I still have a bunch, but
I have a cure. I have a cure mod on my belt and
No,
2
you're
cure
fine.
lights. Wait till I use them. I have 1 cure mod and 1 cure light.
All right, well, whatever. I'm just let me see your arm, and he's going to try to staunch the bleeding,
DC
and
15 heal check.
does not. He gets a 7.
Okay, I should tell you,
it's not
Braven, to provide first aid does offer a chance for an attack of opportunity if you'd like to take it.
okay. Well, I'm too far away, sadly. The Fang file doesn't have 10 feet worth of reach.
Fair enough. All right, so Alfonso comes up, tries to provide first aid to Braven, and isn't able to. It is now Karazor's turn.
Karazor is going to get next to Braven, going to move up. Well, Crystal Ghost, you're still bleeding, right?
I'm still bleeding as well.
Okay. So he approaches Crystal Ghost and encourages Crystal Ghost to stop bleeding.
How do you encourage me?
You can do it!
Verbally.
Yeah.
The most helpful tactic.
Yeah. Come on! Stay with me! You gotta stay with me, Crystal Ghost!
Do you have the heal skill at all?
I don't.
You don't, because I was thinking maybe you could aid someone, a future check, but you really pump her up. You give her hope that she's going to pull through. Okay, interesting. It is Braven's turn. Braven, obviously, any type of magical healing will immediately stop your bleeding. You want to channel pause?
Crystal Ghost, will you accept a little bit of burn?
I live for it.
Braven strides towards the Crystal Ghost, places his hobgoblin-y hand upon her shoulder, and you can feel an elemental surge of cool water flow through your body, which takes away all the bites and feelings you had from the mosquitoes, as you are healed for 15 points of healing.
Ooh.
But you take 3 non-lethal points of damage that will not go away until you rest.
3 non-lethal, but you are healed 15, and more importantly, the bleeding stops. Braven does this while he himself is bleeding out.
He's a hero. I mean, I know what you're saying. What you're trying to say here, Troy.
If you look up the word hero in the dictionary, there are no pictures next to it. It is Alfonso's turn. Alfonso, you see Braven go up to the Crystal Ghost, and he's got his hand clutching his wound and just blood squirting out between his fingers. What do you want to do? You
Sorry,
try.
I'm confused. Why it hasn't been the Crystal Ghost's turn?
Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped the Crystal Ghost because she moved in the initiative order. So, Crystal Ghost, you would have had a chance before Braven to do something. We can.
Oh, I take bleed damage too on my turn.
You do.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
It's a real mess.
Crystal Ghost. So, Braven, you take 1. Crystal Ghost, you take
Well, the
6
Crystal Ghost is-
points of bleed.
Crystal Ghost went after me, right?
Oh, yeah, because I moved it.
So
Yeah,
I took
I know.
1 point?
So the Crystal Ghost takes 6 points of bleed. Is the
Yes.
first thing that happens. Then,
The Crystal Ghost comes first in the
if
initiative.
you just want to drink a potion, you can drink a potion. And then it's Braven's turn, and he takes 1 point of damage, and you don't have to do any of that burn or anything, unless you can do it out of combat.
It's up to you.
No, I'll take the burn because that's more than I would have gotten with my cure light wounds, and I'm really far down anyway. So I'll say I took the 6 points, and now I will say I drank a potion
As well.
and
Okay.
I get.
You sure you didn't want to shove one down my throat to stop me from bleeding?
Do you want a potion?
No, I'm good. I have potions. I'm taking bleed. Anyway, it's fine.
I'm just very
All right,
confused what's happening.
Me too.
Basically, because bleed ticks on your turn, I screwed up and I had Braven go before the Crystal Ghost. It should have been Crystal Ghost and then Braven. So Crystal Ghost, first thing that happens is you take the bleed. Then you could have drank your potion. But on Braven's turn, Braven, if you'd like to not heal her for 15, you can do something else.
Yeah, because she's stable.
Okay,
right
so I'll drink one of my potions instead. I have I can still heal you for that after we're done, but I still have I believe 5 left. So I will take one of those. No problem.
I rolled
Whenever somebody moves
4
in
on
an
my
action
potion.
order, it's like trying to walk and chew gum at the same time with this initiative tracker. But okay,
You
great.
said I took 1 point of bleed damage then?
Yeah, you would have taken 1 right before you
Took the posh.
took the potion, and then still mark up your spell to give 15 back to Crystal and 3 non-lethal. Crystal G. And now you are out of combat. Whew. Ooh. That's one of those ones I look at on paper. I'm like, oh, mosquito swarm? That's not going to be too bad. No, it is. When only one of the 4 characters can do anything.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? I thought that was great. I mean, I'm glad that I'm sad how much bleed damage was taken, but we're so lucky we had Braven.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We would have been utterly screwed without that.
Spoiler alert, there's in Raiders of the Lost Continent, the game that Skid runs, the Ruins of Aslan, there's an early episode where the team is up against a swarm and none of us have a solution. Like we're going through like our whole inventory. Like, can I throw this at it? No.
That was brutal. That was a really brutal.
Oh, think of the Shadow Rats. The Shadow Rats in early glass.
Similar kind of thing, yeah.
Similar type thing. Anyways, you are out of combat. These mosquitoes came out of the corn and came right after you. There's still that buzz in the air, and you feel like at any moment, what's to say more won't come.
I don't know. I see big things for these mosquitoes. There's a lot of buzz. I'm kidding. I'm trying to light the mood, everyone. Come on. Let's kill that mare.
Let's kill. That sounds like a game show. That man.
Tell them what they win. That mayor.
This week on Kill That Mayor.
That's actually what the Joker was listening to in The Dark Knight. Anyway.
It says, oh, I'm sorry. You just killed an alderman. What does he win? That's a consolation prize.
We'll see you next week on Kill That Mayor.
Is there some sort of check I can do? Is there a medieval equivalent of?
I don't like the way you said that.
Medieval. Come on, Matthew. Don't be a pretentious
I know,
asshole.
but just you're like Giada De Laurentiis saying any Italian food.
No, that really bothers me because it's all of a sudden the accent comes out.
I'm too distracted by
Beverly Hills buddies. That's how they all pronounce medieval.
Right.
Just open up a jar of ricotta.
I'm
Like
too
Matthew's
I
Thanksgiving.
don't say that.
I'm too
Is there a check I can do? Is there an equivalent of off in this world? Like,
Yeah. Is there a
some
deep
sort of alchemical?
heavy supply of DEET nearby?
Zebra stripes. You're looking at it, dog.
DEET is
something
like
that,
isn't DEET like napalm or anthrax?
Yeah,
it's very, very dangerous.
Very, very dangerous for. Yes, it kills people.
Yeah.
Isn't it DDT? Isn't it just DDT?
Is it?
Essentially, right?
I think so.
I don't know. You know what I bet you they have in Pathfinder? Mosquito nets. I bet you they do.
Oh yeah,
sleeping in certain areas. Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
I feel like that would hinder our ability to fight with swords, though.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Stick a sword through the hole in the net.
I have the genetic thing where mosquitoes are not attracted to me, but they're very attracted to my wife, and she's just at the end of the day, at the end of a day at the beach or in the forest. She's like covered, and I'm fine.
Well, I guess you're genetically superior to us all, Grant.
That's not at all what I was saying. Not at all.
We all take the hint.
Listen,
I guess
Hollywood.
when the mosquito apocalypse comes, you'll be the one left standing, and the rest of us will be dead.
standing alone astride a pile of our corpses.
That's actually one of the realities that Doctor Strange plotted out in in one of the possible scenarios. It's one of the ones we lost, but I was basically Thanos in that situation, surviving. Anyway.
What do you guys do? Braven and Crystal Ghost, not in great
I wasn't
shape
joking.
still, right?
Is there a check I can do to find out if there's a way to like ward off mosquitoes?
You could roll a knowledge Naish.
I don't have that.
17.
Don't
I'll roll
don't
2.
hang out where they hang out.
In the meantime, Alfonso is going to push into the corn to the south to get rid of this annoying and awfully ugly fog of war that's completely unnecessary. Would you just clean it up so we can see a nice map?
I'm actually on the master shot right now, Joe, because I don't
door right here.
I don't want the audience to see this disgusting thing.
Thank
Troy
you.
has.
Okay, there we go.
You're a real
Joe
fog of
dragged-
war Nazi.
I was like, when Joe drags Troy about Fog of War, it's always my favorite.
I like
as much as for me.
No, but I like them seeing the map. I like them seeing just having it reveal the maze rather than and not seeing all the corn. But we're gonna do it your shitty way, I guess.
I like them seeing the map. This is the map. Well, your way makes it look ugly. It's not
but
ugly. It's
my
a
way
beautiful
makes
map.
it seem more claustrophobic. In fact,
Yeah, I get you.
I feel like I should go back to the way I had it. Why do you pressure me into these things?
Dear diary, today
I
mommy
feel
and daddy
claustrophobic.
fought.
I'm terrified.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, God.
Now what are you gonna do?
You said the moon was out. You said the moon was out.
I just want you to know that I'm doing terrible things to you behind that fog of war. Please stop. Wait, I'm not done. Now I'm done.
Karzor is going to light a torch.
Oh, yeah.
So we can use these in a pinch.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I have a torch. Well, I don't need it though for dark.
I will.
dark vision,
I'll
but-
also light a torch. Well, I had one, so I'll just keep using my torch.
Okay.
After you, Corisor. Lead the way.
Aye. And Karazor keeps walking past the compass embedded in the ground. And
That W
Long.
gave it away, huh?
yeah.
And the S. The S was really
Yeah,
a big
the S
part
at
of
the
it, too.
bottom was really did it. But
Oh yeah, the S was sneaking out there. Yeah. Spoiler alert.
I was wondering, it's like there's some sort of pattern there in the earth.
It's a hidden W door. All right, so you guys continue around the bend. The sound of the bugs getting louder and louder, and now you've moved so far into this. I mean, let's just call a spade maze. You can't even see the entrance anymore. Part of you feels like, wait, did we come this way already? No, definitely. We were just walking in one direction.
Yeah, we just
Or were we?
Yeah. It's been 1 minute.
yeah, we
I think we're spatially aware.
Or has it been?
Knowledge planes. All right, we'll keep moving forward.
Yep,
Well,
keep moving forward.
I want to continue to do perceptions into the inner and outer rings, just kind of through the corn, just seeing if I see or hear anything coming at us. Oh, also scent. Within 30 feet. I can note the direction of scent within 60 feet if it's downwind.
You smell corn all around you.
If it's upwind. It's upwind, right? So if it's above me and the wind is blowing down towards me. If I'm downwind.
And
You're
that's
downwind
a,
of the scent, right?
that's a passive action, right? It's not something you have to be like, I'm using scent.
Right. It's a passive action. You can always pick up a peculiar scent, especially if it's like rotting corpses and stuff like that are really intense. You can detect opponents within 30 feet by smell, 60 feet if it's if downwind. And strong scents such as smoke or rotting garbage can be detected at twice the ranges noted above. Overpowering scents such as skunk musk or troglodyte stench can be detected at triple range. Woo! And something tells me there's a lot of shady shit going on. So I don't know if I talked about the mechanics of this, but basically when I change shape, I have 4 different options that I can change into. They're all one form or another of a bat, but I could either get a +4 to perception, which is what I was doing all the way up until tonight. Not like tonight's session, tonight in the game. I can gain a bite attack, which is cool, but my character build doesn't really fit that. I can lower my falling damage by 20 feet.
That's awesome.
So I can be really good at falling, or scent. So a lot of cool, fun, different options. So if you're just out doing investigating, like an urban thing or whatever, you could do just +4 to perception, and +4 to perception is freaking great. Yeah. Anyway, fun stuff. So I chose scent. So
but
I don't get the other bonuses.
Living creatures and stuff you would detect immediately once you came within 30 feet.
Yeah, I could denote their direction, their general direction, north, south, east, west, northeast, whatever.
Fair. Okay. All right, so you guys kind of keep going around the bend there.
Yeah.
Order looks like Karazor, Crystal Ghost, Alfonso, Braven, and the Rhea. Okay.
Rah.
All right, so you keep popping along there. I'll reveal some more of the mapperoo. Great map, right?
Beautiful. I could see it.
I know.
Probably looks great on your screen. Like, man, look at this great artwork that this awesome photographer did that no one will ever see.
I think it looks. Grant, are you showing everyone the map?
I'm cutting away while you do your masterful reveals. So
I think it looks like zoom out. Look at how cool that looks.
Okay, all right. Hold on. Let me cut away so it's not jarring.
Like a sickle.
One moment.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It
I will
does.
say, everything's
no. It actually looks like the top of a Teletubby.
Oh wait a minute, that's their weapon. The sickle is their weapon.
No.
This is purposeful.
Russians.
you see, it keeps turning, and it's starting to now, as you go further north, it's starting to turn west. In fact, Karazor, you can see, you have dark vision, so you can see up ahead, it stops and starts turning down.
Okay. So it seems to make a turn back to the south up this way. Follow me. And she comes up to that bend and takes a peek around the corner.
Okay. And you all come that way. Alfonso, as Karazor turns around the corner, you smell something.
Oh, no.
Behind you.
Oh, no.
In the corn.
No, not the corn.
He puts his fist up, turns slowly toward that corn, takes a move action to figure out the direction.
Take a move action to figure out the direction.
The kind of the general direction. What square I would move into to move closer to it.
It's coming from the corn. It's the worst place to smell something from.
From the corn south of you and Braven, but south east.
Over here.
Pinging in that general direction. So southeast.
Right
southeast.
Here.
Behind. I was thinking behind us over here because I'm an idiot. So behind. So he gets low. He whispers.
Grant just ping some random place.
It's fireworks.
Sing it home.
I finally got to the bottom of it.
It does look like fireworks. Happy 4th of July, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Huddle up. Be on your guard. I smell something right behind us where we just passed.
Braven and Alfonso,
turn around.
roll a perception check. The scent is getting closer.
28.
Jesus Christ.
He's coming closer.
Braven?
Can I hear it with a 28?
Perception is an 8.
8. Alfonso, you see in the brush something come out and strike at Braven.
Oh, no.
You get to act in a surprise round. Roll for initiative.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Shit. Oh, right through the corn. That's some dense corn, too. I mean...
Dude, scent was so clutch. So clutch.
Yeah. And I never get to use it. And I don't mean like, oh man, with my skin changer I've been playing for 10 weeks. I mean like with like my animal companions and stuff with Lorik, like, I almost never really got to use scent. It's a really cool ability when it.
Yeah, you know, there was a time in my GM life when I'd be like, "You got scent? Cool." It still hits you for 45 points of damage. It's one of those things that, like, I don't know. As a GM, I'm like, I don't want to deal with scent. But you know, you got to reward you for choosing that. You could have chose anything. You chose scent.
Right.
I'm getting soft in my old age. I just can't help but give. Talk about a niche.
Well, you want to eat joy. If you want to eat joy,
Troy the Joy Eater.
Troy Joy Eater.
That was my football nickname. Braven, what'd you get for a niche?
10.
10. Yeah, I mean, you're just not quick on the draw here. You got the word from Alfonso, but you looked and you didn't see anything.
I'm still reeling from being covered with all these mosquito bites. I'm itching all over and just like, I can't, I'm distracted.
I'm distracted just thinking about it. By the way, you were rolling against distraction, which would have made you nauseated from the mosquito swarm, and its disease, which was malaria. Pathfinder malaria.
Oh,
you know, I was wondering that. I was wondering specifically if it was malaria because those diseases that you get from mosquitoes in the jungle and shit are so freaking deadly, even like today. Let alone then.
One of the leading causes of death in the world is malaria.
Exactly. Like I can't even imagine. And the fact that you didn't get nauseated is enormous.
Yeah.
We would all run away and you'd die.
I will say historically, malaria is the reason I am alive because my grandfather got it in World War II on the Pacific Theater and had to go back to New Jersey where he met my grandmother. So at least one thing good me happened from malaria.
Well, would we say that? Anyway.
Matthew heard you. He's all excited now.
Hang on. You have a secret New Jersey pass you never told me about?
Oh, yeah. What is it? It's like a hoity-toity place my Nana is from.
There's a bunch of hoity-toity places in North Jersey that are like super hoity-toity.
Sopranos like Jersey?
No.
No. Short Hills?
No.
The Short Hills Mall?
Short Hills.
Gabagool City?
Oh, yeah.
Gabagoolton.
My grandmother Mary McGrath was like first generation Irish born here, and
Mary McGrath
from.
You never said you had a grandmother Mary.
Yeah, they're from County Cork, don't you know?
Oh, County Cork!
I'll look it up, Matthew. In between turns, it'll be an update at some point.
You might have more. You might have more New Jersey roots than I do.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Well, he is taller.
Yeah, that's true.
That means his roots are deeper in the ground. Shut up. Alfonso, what'd you get?
It's been so long I forgot. Oh, it's sitting right here. 18.
Oh, nice. You just re-rolled that one, didn't you?
I had never changed the die.
Corazzo got a 14.
14. Oh, man, I'm starting to see how this is going to play out, and it's bad. Crystal Ghost.
Oh, no!
Crystal Ghost got a natural 20.
Yeah! Well, see, now we're fine. Now we're fine.
Okay.
For a 24.
24. Okay.
Did you properly heal, or did you get 15 hit points of healing with that burn?
And then
that all happened.
Okay. That all happened. And then I'm still not at full, but I also drank a potion.
This is what happens.
Thank God.
Now remember, it's darkness. It's darkness, Alfonso.
Cool.
You want it to be dim light because of the moon?
Well, I mean, you just described the moon as lighting up the barn, the shafts. I don't know if it was just flavor for imaging. That's fine.
I'm carrying a torch.
So am I. As am I. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't forgetting your.
I did throw the flavor moon in there. If you want to hold me to the flavor moon as dim light,
I'm fine with not having the flavor moon.
That's fine. I mean, it's not like the moon wouldn't always be out.
A passing cloud.
You're fine. Should I roll for the passing cloud?
Yeah,
it's irrelevant. Well, yeah. Let's just have no.
It is relevant.
I didn't set the BC. I just rolled.
We have our torch. No, it's only if the torch goes out, it becomes relevant.
Consult the cloud atlas.
Oh, you got a torch. So 20 feet around, I don't know if it's 20 feet, but whatever, around Karizor, you're fine. Here's what happens. You see this, Alfonso. Nobody else sees this. And you're able to react to it. Unfortunately, it gets to act first in the surprise round. You and it. This body and face shape, really, emerges out of the heavy undergrowth of the cornfield. The face looks half melted and half mud. But you swear
It's the
that
brother.
what's left of the face is Leonard Kriegler.
Yep,
the brother.
knew it. Oh,
Bottle cap for So it just, and it comes out with a sickle and just goes right at Braven's legs.
I could smell
Flat-footed.
it. I could smell his sweat.
Well, immediate action still. Can I take immediate actions if it's before in a surprise round? It says anytime. Sorry, it's worth asking.
When can you take an immediate action when you're flat-footed?
That's the question. I'm.
Yeah. It says you can take an immediate action, right? Anytime you can take a.
Sorry to
Swift
slow it
action,
down.
usually.
No. This is important stuff here. Can you use immediate actions when flat-footed? Of course, there's something on the Paizo forms. Pops right up. Immediate actions in the rule book, page 189. You also cannot use an immediate action if you are flat-footed.
However,
there you
the
go.
text of immediate action is very similar to a swift action, but can be performed at any time, even if it's not your turn.
Yeah, but
Right, but the more
Yeah, but
specific
not if you're
rule says
flat-footed.
you,
Yeah,
you can't.
Okay,
use it
that's fine. Flat-footed.
Guys, we're not playing Jersey rules tonight, okay? We're playing
Oh,
Queensberry. Queensberry rules.
before I tell you whether or not
Texas rules.
whether or not this hits, it's Montclair. My grandmother's from Montclair.
Oh, that is hoity-toity, and really,
It's not as hoity-toity
it's not as
as-
hoity-toity as some of those other places. But Montclair is, speaking from personal house hunting experience, unaffordable for
Yes,
normal people.
it's become very, very popular as a.
That's Rutgers, right? Isn't that where Rutgers is?
No, Rutgers is
No.
in New Brunswick. Montclair State is in Montclair.
That's right.
So give me the roll. What's the roll, buddy?
23 against flat-footed.
My flat-footed is 17 currently. So
Let's start off with the regular damage, which
Don't
will
do
be
this.
6 points of damage.
okay.
Then I'll roll the sneak attack damage, which is another 10 points of damage.
Wow.
Gets you flat-footed.
Wow.
In the surprise round, no less. It comes out, imagine, just right at the calf, the back of the calf, slashes you with a rusty sickle. Still the surprise round. It is Alfonso's turn. Alfonso, you see this mud melt face come out that still has that ugly mug of that brother who was such an asshole to you when
Right.
you came up on this. I'll put him on the map here so you can see him. Look at this pawn. Well, the pawn's going to kind of give some stuff away here, but it's worth it.
Yeah, let me zoom in on that. Troy, put it outside of the fog of war because people can't see it. I'll just zoom
There you
in
go.
on it. There you go. That's good.
Oh
just
my
give me
God.
1 second.
Oh,
That's the,
yeah,
that's,
I'm
that's the
gonna
actual
zoom in on
size. Did I not mention that?
Oh no!
Whoa. It looks like from the Brothers
Oh,
K
I know what it
Tool
is.
videos for Sober. You remember the video for Sober, the stop motion
Oh,
animation?
yeah.
That's what it looks like.
I was not allowed to watch MTV.
I know what it is, right? This is a regular Pathfinder creature, right?
Yeah, I think
Just
I know
new
what it
art
is.
for it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, very cool, and very cool that it comes through a cornfield at you.
I will say, because of this, this corn counts as heavy undergrowth. You got a chance here. This is heavy undergrowth. So attacking into it or attacking out of it is a 30% mischance. It's the regular concealment mischance, but with an extra 10%. I'd never read this before. Heavy undergrowth. So I will roll to see if it still hits you.
If you never hit.
So you're
range.
looking for 31 or higher?
I am
Okay.
62.
Oh,
so
that's hot.
it does
That's double.
hit you.
Great.
That is double. So that's actually a crit.
Oh no!
People like,
Is that part of the heavy undergrowth that you
How does
never
this game work? I don't understand how this game works.
Oh man!
Alfonso, still a surprise round. Move or standard?
All right. As an investigator, time slows down for him as he tries to. He sees this thing in an instant. I want to try to roll an instantaneous knowledge check, see if I've seen anything like this before.
Okay. Let me just see what type of creature. I actually had the knowledge
Brains,
things,
Arcana,
Up here.
Dungeon,
and I guess I got rid of it.
I don't know.
It's an aberration. I think that's Arcana.
That's
Or is that Dungeoneering?
Dungeoneering.
I had the fucking thing up. Oh, you know what? No, I took a picture of it. Oh, yes, and I'll always have it. Dungeoneering, yeah. There it is.
There it is.
Why don't I always have this up? This thing's great. There's only 10 fucking choices. I should just always have it ready to go.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll fire it up.
Dungeoneering. Nope. No idea. That's a 9. No. And I'm not going to use inspiration because I actually don't have a rank in it, so I'm not going to spend the inspiration. Jeepers. That's a bad knowledge roll to miss. All right. So he just instantly reacts and he lunges at this thing to try to stab it in the undergrowth. Here we go. Natural 19, critical threat, 70 on the D100.
Oh, yeah. Nice. And a 70 on the D100.
70 on the D100.
Oh, man.
Roll to confirm for both a crit and possible $50 to direct relief.
Come on, direct relief. Come on. 17.
That is a confirmed crit.
It does not appear that he's wearing any armor. He appears to be very, very naked.
Oh, my buddy. There you go.
It's accurate, Matthew. It's accurate. It's all natural armor and dex bonus.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so confirmed crit, $50 to direct relief.
Yes.
Glad we got one of those in.
Yes.
I meant to ask you what we're sitting at for a total 10 episodes in. You'll have to tell me next week.
Yeah, I haven't done it. in a while. Gotta look it up. Add it all up.
I've just been pocketing that money.
Just embezzling it.
I forgot to donate that.
I believe that's called a crime.
Not in the great state of New Jersey.
Not Montclair Town Hall.
Specifically in the state of New Jersey, they go after. They get really ornery about that kind of thing.
Ornery, as Joe would say.
Joe, you can't hand pick a crit that you like. You have.
I'm just trying to find
random.
one that we haven't used. It's just there's a lot of options.
You don't delete them after you read them on
a lot of these.
Or just cross them out?
I gray them out, but then I don't gray out the ones that we use on shows people don't all listen to. So the Glass Cannon, they get grayed out when they're used on that. All right, so let's go to Christopher from Upland, California.
Hi, Christopher.
Upland.
Upland, Chris.
How I feel about this title.
Keep going
Pardon my French.
Submitting
downtown crit.
This one's called Knocking Their Shit in the Dirt.
Yeah.
Your mighty downward blow knocks your opponent prone and lodges their main weapon, claw, tusk appendage into the ground. Attack deals double damage, and the opponent must spend a move or standard action on their next round to make a CMB roll versus the attacker's CMD to pull the lodged object from the ground. If they use a move as their first attempt in the round, they can spend their standard to attempt a second time. Alternatively, if the object is a weapon, they can just let it go and leave the weapon as a free action. So this doesn't have a weapon, right? It's claws?
No, it hit him with a sickle.
Oh, okay. So it can leave the sickle if it wants.
Right, okay.
As a free action. But either way, it's knocked prone, and it looks like there's no save.
Nice.
That's astounding.
That's great.
All right. That's great.
Shit.
Let's do a quick double damage. That is 15 points of piercing, cold iron, rapier. I'm nervous about DR. Give me the bad news.
It does have DR, but it is slash piercing or slash.
Oh, nice. Dude, Alfonso.
So yeah, you get through.
I don't know that. We don't really know that yet.
Sure.
Failed the knowledge one.
You said 15?
50 points of damage, yes.
50 points of damage. Right. No, 15 points of damage, and more importantly, it's prone, and its weapon is lodged in the ground, and I'd have to roll a CMB check against your CMD for some reason as a move action.
It's how hard I kind of hit you into the ground.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, that works. To see if I could dislodge it.
Yep.
Right.
And I will take a 5-foot step behind Braven, the other side of Braven.
You can do that in the surprise round. So that is the surprise round. Now we go into the actual round one. Crystal Ghost, you caught up with the action because it is your turn in round one.
Great. The Crystal Ghost is going to swing around, taking advantage of this moment, is going to swing down. Do I get a bonus for being on higher ground, right?
I think it takes a penalty to its AC.
Okay.
like you're
swinging
on a hill.
down, two-handed glass longsword. Okay, that's not a great to hit, but I made the concealment. With power attack, that is going to be a 14 to hit.
All right, let me just see what the AC penalty is to
Minus
prone.
4.
Prone attacker has a -4. A prone defender, -4 to AC. Yeah. So you said
14.
what was the total?
That's
14.
14.
That's it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
That's a big
Ghost.
old hit. And you made the concealment. 31 or higher.
Concealment. Yeah.
what
Max
a-
damage. 16 points of damage.
Oh
Nice.
my God!
What kind of weapon?
Slashing.
Okay, it all goes through. Yes. Unbelievable. His regular hit did more than your crit.
Wait!
back.
It all goes through. You said
Yeah.
it was slash piercing.
Piercing or slashing, you now know. So you already forgot it, and I accidentally said it out loud. All right, that's pretty damn good.
It's like,
I can't believe the fucking thing got knocked prone. Okay. All right, so Crystal Ghost and Alfonso are right there, and neither
I should
of
have
them.
stayed there. I was so stupid.
Oh, okay. So Braven's flat-footed.
Right.
Crystal
so only
Ghost.
Crystal Ghost would get the AO up.
Would get the AOO. All right, I think it's going to try to crawl into the underbrush retreat, hide, who knows. And so
Leaving
Crystal
its
Ghost.
sickle behind.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know if I want to gamble trying to grab that sickle or not. It's a good CMB. What's
Five,
your CMB?
4.
What's your CMB?
Dude, don't worry
What's
about
your
it.
CMD?
3. Dude, don't worry about it.
character sheet. I should
What?
have that. I should have that information.
You
No.
delay. All right, it's
It-
Alfonso's turn.
It's going to. It's going to.
My CMD is not great.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to think like it could move action, grab that, and then move action, crawl away, and it would provoke. One of those is going to provoke no matter what. So, all right. So I'm going to try to pull it. Even if I don't get it, I got it. Natty 17 pulls the sickle out and then goes to crawl away. If Crystal Ghost, you get an attack of opportunity with 30% mischance against AC -4.
I believe Braven does too.
Braven is flat-footed.
You're flat-footed.
Oh, I still haven't gone. That's right. Yeah. This has been a busy first turn.
It really has. It's only the top of the round. So Crystal, please.
do you get an attack of opportunity if a character has concealment?
Yeah, it's just cover. You don't. You can if you can see the
it's
creature.
total concealment. No
total
attack
concealment
opportunity.
or any kind of cover. You don't get an AOO. I think. David Winters, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's right.
David Winters, strike me dead where I stand if I am wrong.
David Winters, smite me down with all your anger. Should I roll?
Just concealment doesn't prevent AOO. Total concealment prevents AOO. Now, this is more than regular concealment, but I'm sure
But
no
is
one
it
ever
total?
will. It's
Total.
No.
Right.
That's why it's 20 is regular, 50 is total. This is 30. So I'm gonna allow it.
Okay, I got the concealment, but I rolled a natural 4, so that is going to be a 10 to hit.
Thankfully, that is a miss. And this creature hides in the brush. Giving, still huge, because it would have been its turn to just attack Braven again, flat-footed, do sneak attack damage again if it hits, or worse. So Alfonso's big critical and the Crystal Ghost's hit, huge, but he does have his sickle, and he's in this underbrush.
Should be Alfonso's turn.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I did this correctly. Yes, okay. It is Alfonso's turn. I will tell you this. If you wanted to walk into the corn to try and find this creature, the way Heavy Undergrowth works is that every square, please tell me I wrote this down, is 4 squares.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And acrobatics DCs go up by 5. However, you get a bonus to stealth, which will help me.
Yeah. Could help both of us, though. Interesting. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to fuck around with it. I might kill Alfonso, and I love Alfonso, but I'm going to mess with this. I think it's cool. He's got scent. So, I mean, he just knows where this dude is, at least can track him. Mm-hmm. So he's going to move toward the scent. It's a move action to note the direction where he went within the brush. And then he'll move into the brush. And if he's within
4
5
squares.
Right. So now his movement's over as he walks in 1.
Okay.
And if he's within 5 feet, he can pinpoint the creature.
He's right next to you.
Right next to me. And I'm going to roll
south.
stealth against his perception. So I'm going to
Can you hide in plain sight? Or is that something only a rogue can do?
Well, you said
I guess it's not plain sight.
You said it's creating concealment, or it increases your stealth check. It's definitely not plain sight. He might have some ability I don't, but
sure.
But if he has scent, obviously. But what I'm saying is, what I think is cool is it's possible that we're all like, and I know where he is, and he doesn't know where I am. If I get a really good stealth roll, so
right.
And there's a chance. You're telling me there's a chance.
Telling me there's
don't
a
forget,
chance.
You were moving, so you take a penalty to stealth. Just to keep that in mind.
Okay. I don't know what the penalty is.
I think it's -10 or something like that. But anyways.
Oh, all right. Okay, I'll die. It's a 10. It's an adjusted 10 after the -10.
An adjusted 10 after my. I mean, I'm just pulling -10 out, but I think
it
stealth
sounds
while
right. It
moving
doesn't
is-
sound wrong to me. It sounds right.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's not like -4. I'm pretty sure it's
right. Well, I did roll a very high perception for what it's worth, so you don't feel like it doesn't know where you are, but it's got a lot going on. It's crawling away.
Right. And Brave or Alfonso, to his allies at least who can see him, is going to try to point where he is.
Okay.
If that's feasible.
Very cool. Very cool. You are in the thick of it. And I like that you know where it is, but I've hidden it on the map. So they still don't. They kind of know, but they don't.
It still scares me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't see it, but I know it's there. But I'm like, what is it?
It is Karazor's turn.
Karazor comes back around, having heard the commotion. Sounds like we've got a classic corn hider situation, gentlemen and lady.
Saw this back in 74.
Oh, the corn hiders. I hate them so much. Alfonso, where is he? Point me at him.
And Alfonso will gesture, put his hand up above the corn, and then just point down.
Okay, I'm going to try to reach him.
The spot where he is.
Yeah, so what are you thinking? You're going to move into it, take that 4 spaces of movement, and then...
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't get that far. I'm actually stuck where I am, so that's it. That's my turn. I'm going to ready an action. If I see him, I'll hit him.
Okay, I like it. All right, it is Braven's turn. Braven.
Oh man,
that had to have hurt.
It has me in dire straits. So Braven is actually going to stand in cowardice behind Karazor, because he understands that the creature can't get him from there. Will ready an action if he sees him pop out from the corn to take a shot. He's actually going to move like kind of a step away from the corn a little bit, hoping that it's kind of difficult to get.
Yeah, it's smart. You're taking yourself out of harm's way because you were the one that was struck by it.
And just moving 1 space into the corn would be 20 feet, you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I won't do that. I was going to step into it and try a stealth check on my own because I think I get a bonus in the darkness, but I cannot do that, so we'll move out and we'll actually ready an action to attack if he sees him.
Attack if you see it. Let's go to the top of a new round. It is the Crystal Ghost's turn.
So I'm standing right next to Alfonso, and he was gesturing to where it is. So where can I...
You're looking in the corn, you see Alfonso like pointing, and you're like, I think he's pointing right to the south of him.
Okay. So the Crystal Ghost will take 1 step into the... Oh, no, I don't even... Like, I don't need to move. I'm right... So the Crystal Ghost will, acting on Alfonso's... Can I, like, do a perception to see if I can see something to stab at through the corn?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not actively stealthing right now, so if Alfonso has told you he's there, that's enough for me. It's just going to be a 30% mischance.
Great. The Crystal Ghost will stab...
I don't care if
power
that's
through.
I think that's fun.
I gotta roll the other.
Loving you is wrong. I
D10.
don't want to be right.
Okay, all right. 37 on the concealment and 19 to hit with the long sword.
That is a hit.
He's still prone.
Yep.
Oh, right, he's still prone.
Yeah, you see him
Power
on the
attack
ground there.
is
Imagine how
on.
scary you're looking at him. You just see him like crawling away from you.
Yeah.
11 points of slashing damage.
11
Beautiful,
points
dude.
of slashing damage.
Nice.
Unbelievable. Okay.
And then I will step into the corn.
Good
You'll
call.
step
Good job.
into the corn.
I'm a ghost.
So now he can't full withdrawal without getting at least one AOO.
Alfonso, go ahead and... Actually, no. Crystal Ghost, roll a perception check.
19.
19. Let me see. I get a +5. 11, 6, 19. They match. My stealth check matches your perception.
So perception wins.
Perception wins.
Yeah.
So it does not get the sneak attack damage. However, it will try to strike out at you. Do I get a +4 to melee or still a -4?
-4.
Minus
The
4.
only thing, my understanding is the only thing you get +2 is ranged
attacks. Yeah.
Yeah, range AC. Only AC.
Range
when
attack
you're
AC.
prone.
Standing up provokes?
Standing up provokes.
Yeah, that would be so brutal. Oh, God. Okay.
That's a brutal natty 1970. Just saying. 1970 from your good buddy.
I enjoyed the 1970 as a band.
All right. He's just going to try and strike out at the Crystal Ghost. 30% miss chance. 57, but I can't see the D20. Cracked. Natty 18.
Oh. Is that a critical threat with a sickle? Is that like a scythe? Zony?
I don't.
I think a sickle's ×3. I think.
Is it 20 and ×3?
I think so.
I felt like that.
No, I think it's sickles times. I think it's sickles times 4. No,
Sickle is
No, a scythe.
scythe.
Yeah.
A sickle is ×2 according to the one I picked up last
And
time.
19 to 20? So it's nothing too
No,
special.
it doesn't say. It doesn't. I don't have a crit range on here.
It's probably 19 to 20.
You know,
this
Randolph
time.
the Great had a sickle, and I can't remember. But if you just look up sickle, it doesn't tell you. It just says ×2.
It just says ×2, so it must. Does that mean it's only on
It's
a 20?
20. Yeah.
It's probably not true. Yeah. Okay. So just a hit. You son
So
of
it
a
must
bitch.
have some other benefit. There has to be some other benefit. Like if it's not 19 to 20, but it is only ×2, there's usually some other benefit.
It's a light weapon.
Yeah.
And anyone
Probably
can use it. It's a simple
Yeah.
weapon, so it's
a
like
simple light weapon.
Yeah.
You can also trip with it, which is fun.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh
There you go.
yeah.
It's going to be 9 points of damage, but no sneak attack, which is nice.
How does trip work on that? I'm always confused about this. It's not a
You
free
can-
trip attempt. You have to spend your action
No,
doing
you
a
have to spend your
CMB to
action
trip.
doing it, but I think unless you have improved trip, it still provokes, or maybe because it has the trip
weapon, it doesn't provoke?
Thing, it doesn't. I don't. We never fucking do it. So
Yeah.
next time you want to trip, let me know, and I'll spend the
figure it
time
out.
looking at the. But oh god, that was good. All right, so that was good for you, rather. Shitballs. It is Alfonso's turn. Alfonso, roll a perception check because I mean it was stealthing away from both of you. So I will keep the 19 out there stealth to see if
it is
If you can see it.
21. 21.
okay, so you can still see it.
So I can still see it. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and stab at it. So
Okay. Well, it crawled 5 feet away.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Ooh.
Then I will move after it, but I will.
Well, you know what?
move-
Sorry, I don't mean to be like all over the place here. I just want to make sure I'm doing it by the rules because
Okay.
crawling would incur an AOO, so it's just going to stay where it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you can't stealth without the penalty and move at all. I mean, unless
Yeah.
it's speed.
Knocking him
movement speed.
prone on that crit just destroyed.
Yeah, that was huge.
Like it was absolutely huge and counter breaking.
Yeah.
Which is good. I mean, that's what a crit should do. So you should get every benefit. It's right in front of you. You can see it's laying on the ground. It was just slashed out.
All
At,
right, I'll
Christopher.
try to stab down at it. Natural 19. Oh yeah, and a 20, and a freaking 20.
Oh. There's the O'Brien we've come to know and love.
20 flat, 20 even, 20 and a
Straight
0.
Corn goes everywhere. And,
Ah, damn. He spears a A corn cob.
With a 19, you swing so fast it makes popcorn. Lights it on fire.
Starts heating it. I mean, there's webs everywhere as well, so you're really like cutting through corn and webs. It's gross. And the webs are wet, so you're getting the webs on your skin. You've got it's like, oh, God, there's corn and wet webs all over me. Do you want to move at all?
No, I don't think so. I'm going to stay where I am. And you know what's interesting is like I wonder if I can't be snuck attacked by him because of scent.
Oh yeah.
Because I know precisely where he is, no matter what stealthy moves he makes. I know precisely what square he's in, so I would know he's right next to me, no matter what my perception.
The stealth isn't really gonna.
Yeah, like he could still hit the shit out of me, but I don't think he gets sneak attack.
That's mainly why I tried to attack the crystal ghost.
Right.
I wanted that sneak attack damage.
Damn it!
All right, so it is Karzor's turn, followed by Braven. You were both of you holding your actions to see if it came out, and it didn't. So nothing has really changed. What would you like to try and do, if anything?
Karzor, can I get to it? Can I get within range? Oh yeah, if it's
you just got to move in one space.
Yeah, if you move in 20 feet into one
spend
space.
all my movement, to get in there, and they're like, "Get down and stay down, you corn hider."
What'd you call me?
That's a 16 to hit.
16. Roll 30% mischance.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, 62.
Because he is prone, that is a hit.
Also double what he needed.
Right. That is 15 points of damage.
And he is dead.
Yeah! Oh, man!
I didn't even ask you what type of weapon you had because that covered the DR either way.
Okay.
Sorry, Troy.
Yeah, he's dead. I mean, that was just...
Blame, what is it? Blame Christopher J. in Upland, California.
That's right.
I'd say we got about an 85 to a 90 on the actual rules for stealth and crawling and AOs, but I'm happy with the way that turned out for you guys because that crit in a surprise round completely changed the encounter. Remember I was saying as we were going through initiative, I was like, I'm seeing how this is going to play out, and it's bad because it hits Braven with the sneak attack damage.
And then does another one.
And then does another one right on the next fucking top of the round.
Yeah.
So, yeah, huge.
A cure mod potion is 2d8 plus what? 3?
3.
Trace.
Crystal light. Well, the crystal ghost.
The crystal light.
I said it.
Oh my god.
11
dude, you are living in Kavadikaza's head rent free. Rent effing free, LaValle.
It took 11 episodes, but I finally said it.
It's a decent superhero name too.
It'd be funny if like the Crystal Ghost was really a 1970s Marvel cartoon character. Like in the back of the book, Marvel comic character, it'd be like the Crystal Ghost holding a thing of Crystal Light. Try Crystal Light. Yeah. That's refreshing.
It's next to a Charles Atlas ad, like a nerd getting kicked with sand and how to buff up for the summer. Yeah.
Second page, and the professor likes it too.
Bottle cap. There you go.
So good.
Well, the joke is on you because I rolled an 8 and a 7. So,
more like Crystal Heavy with those rolls.
Oh boy.
Were you one of those bartenders who gets really angry when people ask for a butt?
I don't want to hear the rest of the question. Yeah.
Whatever the rest of the question is, the answer is certainly
You were never to visit me after his Friday shift every day and come in. I'm like, what do you want?
What was that bar we went to in Boston after the first Boston show that we like closed it down? And I was like, I've been here before. I've been here many times.
I mean, we went there for my bachelor. Our Airbnb was right near there for our bachelor party.
I remember at your bachelor party there. I still can see the image of Skid just blacked out
on another planet. Yeah,
just dancing.
What was it?
Just like the White Horse in the middle of that bar.
The White Horse Tavern, I think.
The White Horse Tavern.
I remember being there. And watching a bunch of Boston bros at like 2 in a row ask for a Bud Heavy, and the second time the bartender like literally shuddered. He was just like Budweiser.
Was that where we watched the basketball game? Was that where the where like Princeton like upset?
No.
No, that was that was PAX East, and that was when Harvard won their first NCAA.
That's what it was.
Yeah, no, this was. See, you were gone. We went the next day on the bachelor party. We went to Harpoon.
Anything you said after that, I was going to be like, no, Skid, it wasn't that because you don't remember it. Like,
okay, I thought
your eyes were half closed, and you were just dancing. Like you reminded me of the people that I loved back in my Brownies 23 East days in the main line in Philly, was seeing the Splintered Sunlight, the Grateful Dead cover band, and the amount of middle-aged people that came there stoned out of their minds and just for like hours just jammed. You know, like that is exactly what you look like in that bar. Just, I mean, chilling, straight chilling, having a great, not bothering anybody, not being a bad load. Just
Woody was
out.
the same way. It was him and Woody both like Woody. But like our Airbnb had a staircase that went down to a landing and then out to the back. We all woke up the next morning like, Skid, we're going to go to the Harpoon tour. He's sleeping on the landing.
I think
it looked like somebody threw him down the stairs after punching him up a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like I'd been mugged and thrown down the stairs.
It's like within the mugger. Just in a real classy move. Before he left, the mugger put a blanket.
Put a little blanket on me.
Put a blanket over you.
For the record, I do call them butt heavies as well.
You do. That's true.
You are a
really
Boston bro.
That
you are a Boston bro through and through.
But I don't drink that crap. Not anymore.
I drink Bud Light now.
You guys killed Leonard Kriegler.
I'm so happy. He was on my list. Like after all this shit, especially the Orphan Bones and stuff, Alfonso has started an Arya Stark list. The mayor's at the top, but Leonard was next.
Leonard was next. Oh, don't you mind Leonard. He's just he's a little rough and tumble, and he don't mean no harm. He's just not good with strangers.
Don't think I haven't forgotten Skinder Cardsy. He's on the list.
Don't you mind that wet spot on Leonard's bed? He's just a horrible monster.
Wait, can we ask now? Is it a faceless stalker? Is that what he is?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Those things. So we fought one in another game. I won't say what it is. And it was so scary and so deadly. So freaking deadly. So we're really lucky we got that crit.
Yeah,
really.
That was fortunate.
Yeah, I mean, they have DR, and like if they grab you, they do the same blood drain that the Sturges do, like an auto 1 blood drain if they grab. So I thought about leaving the sickle there and just doing grabs, but it was a lower chance to hit.
Plus, it's like the grabbing, it's brutal for the PC it happens to, but for like in a fight where there's just one of them, it's like they grab one, but then the other one's just like hack away at it while it's standing there, and the 1 doesn't really equate to how it could do massive sneak attack damage to characters and stay on the move. Anyway, cool combat. Good way to handle it. Anything else you want to do here before you move on? I'll search his body. Is he completely like leathery skinned, just like no clothing, totally nothing there?
Yeah, he completely changed now. So as you see him laying there and the life fading from his eyes, he completely transforms into this shapeless, faceless, mud-type aberration. The only thing that's left is the sickle, and the sickle looks to be nice.
Nice. All right, I'll pick up the sickle and do a little... You know what's weird? I do... Is it... How do you have a good spellcraft and not detect magic? So, like, when do you use spellcraft and not detect magic?
It would be like having an academic understanding of magic, but not having a capacity to do it.
Yeah, like I have a good UND and a good spellcraft, and I have reasons I want to do.
Or a squib, actually.
Well, yeah, I mean, I make magical potions and stuff like that, magical elixirs, but like I can't really detect magic, so I don't know how that works. If I could identify its magical
Your knowledge
properties.
of magic is just you're like a
formulaic.
Yeah, you're a composer that has never like lived a life.
You're a Salieri.
Yes.
By the way, I've never mentioned this. Speaking of formulaic, I've never mentioned this. This has been here since character creation. I just wanted to get it out there before, obviously we're coming to the end of this thing. Who knows what's next? But I just wanted to say that the book that Alfonso walks around with that has his alchemical formulas in them that he uses to craft his elixirs is called Refined Formulae for the Modern Gentleman Bastard.
Did you name that?
I did. Yeah. That's good. Like at character creation. And I was like, I'll get this out somehow, but it never came out.
You should really write the entire. You should write the entire foreword for that book. This is the third edition of my
Refined Formulae for the Modern Gentleman Bastard.
Braven, do you have detect magic? As
I do not. There, I don't really have spells. So kineticists like have a communion with elemental forces, but no magic per se.
We have no magic and no healing. We're a very well-rounded party.
I can heal by burning you, by branding you for a day, but like
yeah, there you go.
Nonetheless,
right.
We'll take it. It seems valuable.
Do you want to roll spellcraft, or did you have spellcraft?
Yeah, I do. I
See if you roll high.
Natty 19, 27.
Okay. It's a +1 sickle.
There you go.
+1 sickle. Standard +1. You know what? I do carry around an oil of magic weapon. You're like, it has the properties of a magic weapon. A simple +1. Would anyone like to use it?
You know a +1 sickle when you see one.
Yeah, it is useless to me, but it could be very valuable if we get back to Magnamar alive.
There's a part of me that wants +1, +2, +3 to take on like a Blizzard style like color scale, but not even color scale, like good, great, exceptional, outside of masterwork. So like that it equates to a +2, but like if Alfonso had answered, this is an exceptional instead of like just a +1,
there's no terminology. Yeah, there's no in-world terminology to measure that. Yeah,
right. Anyway,
moving on.
Yeah, let's.
Everybody healthy and hale.
Took a horrible hit. Do you need? Do you have potions left you can drink?
It's all right. And Braven opens up the lip of his jacket, and you see basically a bandolier that held all of his cure light wounds because he came into this adventure with 8, and there are 2 remaining. So. The last of I use all the rest of my cash on it. So the last 2 are going down right now.
Ugh.
Got a couple options here to the south. Looks like you can go south and then continue west, or you can curve back down to the southeast.
When in doubt, dear Frodo, always follow your nose.
Yeah, there you go.
What do I smell in either direction? Anything at all? Or
all right, so you got 30 feet worth of this, John.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull out my. Yeah.
When did you start saying John?
Just from hanging out with this.
Oh my God, Troy has said it since before the podcast started. Like we were buddies for like a year or 2, and he started saying it. It rolls off the tongue, Matthew. You've said it.
I say it mostly when talking to you about things. I'll be like,
I say it to mock you.
You never say it to Sam?
No. She wouldn't know that.
My father-in-law said it the other day on the boat about like a piece of fishing equipment, and I was like,
"Wow,
come on,
wow, wow."
I love drinking that beer. I was in Atlantic City once, and one of the Jersey beers is called John. I was like,
it's not even Jersey. It's Philly. It's in the Chamonix Brewing
Philly
Company.
beer.
Yeah. John.
Don't
Chamonix
attribute that trash.
Chamonix Creek.
The Chamonix Creek John. Anyways, 30 feet around you smell nothing.
Okay. I say we move into the center.
Buzzing.
Yes.
To the south, back the way we came.
Yes, let's go.
So you want to continue to the southeast?
Yeah, Karazor can lead the way there.
Yeah. Move around to the southeast. Karazor does.
All right. So you see it just keeps turning, ever turning.
Ever turning. Sniffing the air.
And thus does Karazor follow.
You keep going around, and you see that, again, it turns. Once you get to around the middle, your senses start to prick up, Alfonso. Just as your gut assumed. The center. There's something coming from the center. As you go to the south, you feel it to the north. Now, as you're getting closer and deeper in this corn maze, you're smelling scents of bodies of people.
Oh, people. This is where the sacrifice was to happen.
You keep moving, and eventually it ends and goes up to the north.
Speak very slowly. We could have the element of surprise, and we do not want to lose it.
I think you're right. The element of surprise is key here. And Karzor pops a potion of bull strength. Takes it down. Not because he suspects there's a combat coming, but because he's thirsty. And he peeks around the corner.
Peeks around the corner, and you see 15 feet in front of you, more corn, and it splits to the left and to the right, curving, more circles. One going up into the east, and one going up into the west.
Now that Karzor is leading... Sorry to interrupt, Skid. Yep. Now that Karzor is leading the way, does his dark vision help better than Alfonso? You have dark vision, right, as an all?
I do, yeah.
I have a torch.
Oh, true. Okay, sorry.
As you're getting closer now, you're hearing sounds of chanting and sounds of... But it's drowned out so much by the buzzing. It's just buzzing and the chanting are all mixing. This, which way do you go?
Bang a right.
Bang a right. Does everybody follow?
Yes. Stay close.
Or do we want to try to flank around?
If you were correct, it could be a tactical stroke of genius, but if you were wrong, it would mean several rounds until you get back to us in a combat.
Yeah.
It is not worth the risk. Raven is right.
Karzor.
Oil of magic weapon lasts minutes, right?
Yes, minutes.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to apply one to my weapon as well.
I'm going to apply my oil of magic weapon to my...
But I mean, I think it lasts 1 minute.
Oh.
In oil, because it's level 1, you know. It's not like casting the
magic
spell.
Weapon is the level 1 spell. Okay, well then I'll hold on.
You need things that are going to last 5-10 minutes at this point. You think? All right, so Karzor, up ahead of you, you see it continues on a little bit and then ends. That's not really what's jumping out at you, because you see that to the west, the glade opens inward. All right, we got a lot to talk about here.
Oh, God.
Let's get a nice reveal.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Oh, my. No, there's a person on it.
No!
On the pyre. How do you pronounce that, Matthew?
Pyre?
Pyre? It's just pyre?
The door's funeral pyre.
A 30-foot diameter glade. A 30-foot diameter glade sits at the center of the field of looming vegetation. The ground here in the center of it has been stripped down to bare earth, where you've been walking over cut corn husks and mossy webs. Now it's bare earth, soil heaped in a ring around the perimeter of the glade. 2 large piles of burning wood stand at the eastern and western sides of the glade, while an enormous twisted mass of roots, topped by thick slabs of blood-soaked timber, sit at the glade's center.
Jesus.
Laying across the crude altar there in the middle is one of the other young women who are vying to be the Founder's Feast Queen. She's laying on the altar. Karzor, you're there first. You see all around the ground articles of clothing laying around. Shirts, tunics, pants, dresses, undergarments, socks, shoes, all over the place. And you also see dozens or so of those long-nosed mosquitoes masks just strewn about on the ground. As you turn into the corner, emerging from the walls of the corn, you see several bodies walk out. Oh, no. If you would refer to the map.
Oh, no.
several of the townspeople, there's got to be 20 or so of them, come walking out of the corn. And at first, you think they're wearing like gauzy, diaphanous robes. But now that you can see them more closely and your eyes adjust to the light of the bonfire surrounding the altar, you see that all of them are covered head to toe in thousands of mosquitoes clinging to their bodies. And they just, as you approach the entrance to the glade, they kind of just turn to look at you, glassy-eyed. You can't tell if they're in a drug-induced haze or so caught up in this obvious ritual that they're on another planet, but a couple of them flash dead smiles at you. And one of them you think you might have recognized from the festival says, "Why don't you remove your clothes and join us?" You see now that the body on the altar is also festooned with mosquitoes clinging to her body. Everyone is humming a low, ominous chant, except for a man, dressed all in white robes, holding a spear near the body of the young woman, right over her. It is, of course, Mayor Andretti Kriegler. As you enter the glade, he looks at you, not in anger, so much as annoyance, as you're clearly interrupting something sacred. He holds the spear over the young woman and looks at you, Karazor, and everyone else behind you. Travelers, it seems that you have caught us at an inopportune time. However, I invite you to cast aside your weapons and no doubt your false beliefs and join us. And we'll see you next week for the season finale!
Oh my god. Cue the Bakshi.
Cue the Bakshi. The Bakshi boys.
Bakshi is back. All right.
Come on with this!
Finale.
Oh. How are we gonna fight 30 dudes, man?
You can't fight a bunch of mosquito men.
I told you you're gonna die. Somebody's gonna die. I'm looking at you and you and you. See you next week. Do not miss that show. Let's head to the after party and have some fun.
Party!
See you guys at the after party. Thanks for hanging out on the stream. Love you guys.
Thank you guys. We'll see you soon.